Is it time for recess yet? I'm so glad you found time to join us here on the Child Care Director's Chair, where Erica Sacoccio shares her best practices that she's refined through her passion of directing childcare centers over the last 23 years. From parenting interaction, systems to save you time, money, and stress, to profitability. She shares it all from the Child Care Director's Chair.
Hello, childcare leaders. Welcome back. I'm so happy that you are here today. I hope your morning is starting off fantastic. I am ready to go. I hope you are too. So today we're going to talk a little bit about how to build trust with both your parents and your children. So, yesterday's episode, we talked about the traits that you need to have to be an amazing, exceptional, fantastic childcare owner or director. And, I wanted to, we talked about some of these, but not in detail. So today I want to talk about a few of these tips in detail on how you really can continue to create trust with both your parents and the children in your program. So let's get into it. Number one, we talk about having empathy. And exceptional owners understand the importance of empathy in building trust. And here's how we do it. We put ourselves in the shoes of both the parents and children, and we genuinely listen to their concerns and their needs. Listen, and not listen so that we're ready to fire back an answer or a policy or some other nonsense, but listen to listen. That is a human being who's looking to you for help. By showing empathy, they create a safe space where everyone feels understood and valued. Now, it doesn't mean you have to agree with them, but it means that you at least respect them and that you're giving them the time and attention they deserve. Especially they have selected your childcare program over, I'm sure, countless others that are just a block away. So they deserve at least that from you. The other thing is, when we're building trust, we have to have open communication. Trust thrives on open and honest communication. Exceptional owners foster an environment where parents and children feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and concerns. They encourage a dialogue and actively listen and provide thoughtful responses, ensuring that everyone's voice is heard. And, one of the great ways to do this, and for those of you who've taken communication classes, you'll know about the I statements or rephrasing what they have said to you to make sure you understand what they're saying. So, because a lot of times, again, we're ready to fire off all of the reasons why their concern is bogus. So, turn it around and say, Miss Jones, I feel like, or I understand that you are saying XYZ. Is that correct? Am I understanding you correctly? And then they'll say yes, and then you can go ahead and continue. Or they may say, no, that's not really what I meant. What I really meant was XYZ. So that's always important to make sure that you're understanding what they're saying to you first. And that's where the thoughtful responses come in. You have to be consistent. Consistency is key when it comes to building trust. And do what you say, because when you don't do what you say, trust gets broken very quickly. And even if it's non-intentional. But exceptional owners understand this, and they consistently deliver on their promises. Not only do they deliver on their promises, they often over-deliver. Whether it's following through on commitments or maintaining a practical routine, they establish a sense of reliability that parents and children can count on. I know my staff know if somebody calls out, they know they can rely on me that I will be there that morning. Somebody can't close, they know they can count on me, that I will be there to support them. It's without question. And it's the same thing with my parents. If my parents reach out to me and I know about it, the second that I know about it, I am on the phone with them. Now, not everybody's going to agree with me, but my parents do know. If they message me on a holiday, I answer. They message me on a vacation, I answer. They message me after hours, I answer. Now, I know a lot of people are going to tell you, oh, no, that's wrong, put up your boundaries. Okay, I'm not running a hamburger factory. So if a parent is reaching out to me that they feel it's important to reach out to me on a night, a holiday, a weekend, it's important to them. And so if it's important to them, it's important to me because those are my customers. Now, I will look at the email, and if it's something that can wait, I will still be responsive. And the response might be, Miss Jones, I appreciate that question. I'll get back to you on Monday morning with all the details that you need about the ACON next week. Or if it's something more crucial, I'll say, Miss Jones, I just got your message. I'm going to give you a call. What's the best number? Can I call you in 15 minutes? Because they can rely on me. So there are other people, like I said, who won't agree with that. And that's okay. And I feel fairly confident in that is the best thing. That's what's best for me, for my program, and for my families. So on the flip side of that, if you are one of my competitors and that's what you want to compete against, get ready to answer your phone because it's important. Number 4 is respect. Exceptional owners treat both parents and children with the utmost respect. Every valuable insight to me is important, and everyone's opinions and ideas and boundaries are important. By creating an atmosphere of mutual respect, they lay the foundation for trust to flourish. So if somebody messages me, I may message them back and say, what is the best time to reach you? I wouldn't call somebody at 10 o'clock at night, even though they email me at 10 o'clock at night. I may respond with an email and say, Miss Jones, what time should I reach out to you tomorrow? Because there is a mutual respect there, but I'm still being responsive. So you have to make sure that you're treating everyone with the utmost respect and listen to their ideas. I have some parents that, give me feedback, and some days my teachers are like, can we ever do anything right? And the answer is everybody has different needs. It's not that we're not doing something right, but, Miss Jones, maybe her daughter gets up a little bit later than someone else in the class. So she needs her, nap time to be pushed back a little bit. Again, every family has different needs. We have to listen to their needs and then do what we feel is best for the majority of the group and do as much as we can to help make accommodations when we can, when they're reasonable. You have to have transparency. Trust is built on transparency. And exceptional owners embrace this principle wholeheartedly. They're open about their policies, their procedures, their decision-making processes. Parents and children are well informed, ensuring transparency in all aspects of their interactions. And I'm that way with my staff too. I let them know everything. And they could tell you, let me tell you, I let them know every little aspect of the business. I let them know when we're doing well. I let them know when we're not doing well. I let them know when we have money for additional extra things and when we need to kind of stay on budget. So transparency is really important and it builds trust. So it isn't just with your parents and your children, but also your team. You also need to make sure that you are seen as an expert. You have to possess a wealth of knowledge and expertise in your field. We have to continually educate ourselves and stay up to date on the latest research and best practice. And by demonstrating this expertise, this instills confidence in our parents and ensuring them that their children are in capable hands. So another great thing about this is when we're doing all of this communication with families and marketing to families, think about how this really sets you apart. And so maybe your team goes together as a group 40 of you, and you go get your CPR and first aid renewed. That would be something I would have in every newsletter, on the Facebook page, letting your parents know. We learned, the new way to use an EpiPen, the best practices with a breathing machine, nebulizer, all of those things. Childhood diabetes, because we do have some students who are diabetic in our program. So, we learned new different skills to make sure that we are on top of best practice on how to handle that. Also, there are other ways that you can possess that wealth of knowledge and showcase that to other folks in the field. You can write a book. You can write a blog. You can do a podcast. There's a million ways to show people the knowledge and skill set that you have in your field. So think about, how are you using that now and how that builds trust with your families and your community. You have to be flexible. Exceptional owners understand that every family is unique and have different needs. We demonstrate flexibility by tailoring our approach to accommodate individual circumstances. By adapting to specific requirements for each family, that builds trust and fosters a sense of understanding. Safety, of course, is paramount in an environment involving children. And we know that when we prioritize safety measures and create a safe, secure space where parents can trust that their children are well protected. By implementing robust safety protocols, they are provided with the peace of mind for both the parents and the children. I could tell you, if you don't have cameras in your program, get them. I beg you to get them. Now, there's many different ways that you can do that. There are TV channels where parents can watch throughout the day. There are channels where you allow access at certain times of the day. There are closed circuit cameras. But I'm telling you right now, having cameras is a great way to protect yourself, your program, your families, and then also it helps the families feel at ease that at any point, if anything's in question, you can pull up the camera and the parents are able to see it. The state is able to see it. Your staff is able to see it. And it's such a great training tool. When we first put in cameras, the staff were not 100% enthused about it because, again, not everybody loves change. But now they love them and they're like, pull up the camera, 7:05. So yeah, your staff will get really used to it and your parents really will appreciate that extra effort. And all of the safety protocols that you put into place, as you put them into place, let the families know about it, brag about it, because although we all know safety protocols are important and they need to be in place, not everybody goes through the same robust safety protocols. So if you go above and beyond in that way, you want to make sure your families know about it. And again, that helps build trust. We all watch the news. The news is heart-wrenching. It's very hard to leave your children now more than ever. So we'll leave that at that. Personal connections. Exceptional owners go above and beyond the professional realm and build personal connections with parents and children. They take the time to understand each family's dynamics, their interests, and their aspirations. By forgoing these personal connections, they create a sense of belonging and trust. And that's just something I absolutely love, is knowing my families. And I talk about it a lot on this podcast. And there are some that make you feel bad about that and say, that's above your pay grade. You should be working on, opening up center number 55. Okay? We all have our own values and belief systems. I'm not saying mine is better than anyone else's. What I'm saying is, for me, those personal connections are really important. And so I hold those in high regard. And so, I think that if that is something that speaks to your heart, you should think about that as well. And number 10, going the extra mile. Exceptional owners and leaders are always willing to go the extra mile for both the parents and the children, whether it's providing additional resources, offering support during challenging times, or celebrating milestones. They constantly exceed expectations by going above and beyond. They solidify trust and create lasting relationships. And I have to tell you, I have worked with some of the best of the best. I can think of one off the top of my head. There was a teacher who worked with me for many years. His name was Mr. Will. And when it would rain outside, he would have an umbrella and he would walk the student and the parent out to their car with the umbrella so they didn't get wet. We have a parent that has twins who we meet her at the door and help her bring in her bags and multiple car seats. At this point, the kids are in a papoose now, but it's those little things that really mean a lot. It doesn't have to be a big, extraordinary fare. It could be something as simple as sending out a card. Somebody lost somebody in their family, the family pet has passed, or celebrations. Grandma had her 100th birthday. Susie did her first step. All those things that make you special, unique, and show you care. Those are the things that build trust. And trust is hard to get, and it's very easy to lose. So keep all those things in mind. Think about being empathetic. Think about how you're communicating. How consistent are you? How respectful are you? Are you transparent? Are you really putting yourself at the top of the game? Are you raising the bar and being exceptional in your expertise? Are you flexible or are you rigid? And you just go to the policy says in page number 5. Or are you flexible? And again, policies are there to be implemented to keep people safe. But there are always exceptions and there are always accommodations that can be made that work for both parties. Safety, thinking about safety is so paramount for everybody in the building. And if you're like me and you run a family business, like your loved ones are in the building too. My daughter is in my building, my sister, my nieces, my nephews, my sister's grandchildren, some of my friends' children. So safety is certainly above and beyond for me, and I take it very personal. Making sure you have those personal connections and going the extra mile. So all of these things can be done with pretty much minimal dollar investment. So there's 0 reasons why you can't be the best leader possible. 0 reasons why you are not able to build your trust with your parents and children to the next level. So thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Child Care Director's Chair. If you like today's content, we ask that you please subscribe or follow or leave us a review. All those things really matter and make a big difference for us and our child care community. So thank you again, and I hope you have a fantastic day.
Well, all the cute little kiddos have been picked up and it's time to go home. And that'll do it for another episode of the Child Care Director's Chair. Please leave a review so Erica knows the information is helping you to manage and improve your childcare centers. Remember to subscribe to get the latest episode from Erica's Child Care Director's Chair.